Welcome back to another episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds here with AFC Rushden and Diamonds. We are doing very, very well. Now you can see on the right hand side of the screen there, the board are giving us an A for the job that we are doing. It was an A+, but I think maybe our financial situation is perhaps knocking us down a little bit to an A, or it could be the fact that we lost in the FA Cup fourth qualifying round against Fylde, and we're back for another cup game today. It seems like a long time since we actually did a live com of a league game, but we are back here to face Kidderminster in the second round of the FA Trophy. And the reason I wanted to do this game is because it's another opportunity to see how we fare against a higher division team. We are going really, really well in the league. As you can see, we are 3 points clear at the top with a game in hand. We are on a great run of form. I really want to see how prepared we are for the possibility of going up. And today we are facing the 5th place team in the Vanarama National League North. Kidderminster are one of the big boys in that division. They are a huge, huge name, and they're having a really, really good season. They have lost 4 in the league out of 18 games, but you can see they are right in with a shot of automatic promotion as it stands. At the very least, they are very well placed to push for a playoff place, as are Fylde, who are now 3rd in the league, who of course already beaten us. And Fylde, when we played them in the 4th qualifying round of the FA Cup, they were really a class above us. They really did play us off the field, beat us 2-0. We were probably lucky to get out of there with a 2-0 in the end. We made it as competitive as possible, but they were the better side. So Kidderminster for this one are absolutely the favourites. But who knows, maybe we've got a chance of coming up with a little bit of an upset, because we are on a huge run of form. We have won our last 7 games, and as you can see there, well, actually, I mean, that's 7 wins in a row since losing to Fylde. Against teams at our own level, we are now on quite a long unbeaten run, because it was the 11th of September that we were beaten by Needham Market at home. Since then, we have just torn it up, really. It is just that game against Fylde, who are obviously a much higher level than us right now. It is really that game is the only example of where we haven't turned up. We, over the last few weeks, you can see there, during October, we had a huge run of home games. We had 4 home games in a row, and we beat some of our major competition in the league. First of all, we went to face Plymouth Parkway, who are in mid-table, and you can see there it was not even competitive. We had 61% possession. We only gave them 1 shot at goal during the entire game. Bougarine got his first goal for the club, the Spaniard. He got himself off the mark even. The ex-Wolves player. He has had a run of games since you were last here. We did give him a good run of games, partnering Brown Sterling up front. And, well, you can see he's only got 3 goals overall this season. So, I mean, he hasn't been brilliant. Maybe his little bit of a lack of pace compared to others maybe is affecting him a little bit in terms of the way we play. We do look to get in behind. But he's kind of, for a 19-year-old, he's done okay, 3 goals and 3 assists, but he hasn't pulled up any trees. He hasn't blown us away. So hopefully he can continue to develop. You can see he's got some up arrows there on his development. Hopefully that will continue, because I do think he's a really, really good prospect. Hopefully he can, as the season goes on, kind of cement his place in the team. I think he's got so much potential. Brown Sterling got back to goal scoring ways. He has been phenomenal the last few weeks. And Jack Brown, I can't remember if it was this game or the next one. I guess we'll see when I click on it. He unfortunately got a little bit of an injury which took him out of the team. We then went and took on Leamington, who at the time I think were third place in the league. I saw them as being a really strong rival. And again, we completely blew them away. Even though it was only 1-0 and it was an 84th minute winner from Thomas Hughes, we certainly deserved the result here. We were so much better than them. And yeah, really, it was a statement win. It was a win that for me kind of confirmed us as being a cut above the rest of this league. Leamington, since this game, have had a little bit of a stagger. They've kind of dropped down the league a few places, but yeah, really here, this was two promotion candidates facing off, and we really confirmed that we were on a different level to them. This was the game that Jack Brown got injured in. You can see there right in the 90th minute, unfortunately. But Thomas Hughes was the hero again. He has been sensational, which you are going to see when we look at these other results. You'll see just how good he has been. We then took on Colville, who again I think were fourth in the league when we played them. And it was another game where we just blew them away. Yes, we were playing at home, but it was a very, very impressive performance. Eric Bougarin got his second goal of the season in this one. And Thomas Hughes dropped into the number 10 role with Jack Brown being injured. Jack Brown had a couple of weeks injured, which during this run of games meant he missed a few different fixtures. But you can see here we were just completely dominant again. Demalio Brown-Sterling with another goal. Thomas Hughes making it 2. He's just been sensational in this number 10 role. Despite his lack of mentals, he is just so technically good. He finds himself in good positions despite the limitations of his mental ratings. And he scores from distance. He scores from inside the area. He's just been absolutely terrific. So another good win here. And we then went in the FA Trophy third qualifying round. We took on Merstham, and you can see they are going really well in the Isthmian League Premier Division. They are not a bad team. So I thought playing at home we were definitely favourites, but in the end, I mean, it was 3-2, but it was again another game that we dominated. Although looking at the stats here, you can see they did have more shots on target than us. But maybe actually looking at this, it was a lot closer than I realised, because I'm now looking at the XG, and they actually hammered us on the XG. So actually, in-game, it seemed like we had all of the highlights, all of the chances. We were 2-1 up until the 72nd minute when they got a penalty. At the time, I did feel like it was undeserved, but looking at the stats, maybe it wasn't. You can see, I mean, we were just, in terms of the XG, you can see it's really only the end of the second half when their XG goes through the roof, I guess, when they were pushing to get back in the game. Before that, we were actually comfortable. Maybe the XG there doesn't really tell the whole story. We did make some changes here. Collard came in. Richardson was a bit tired, as was Williams. So Collard and Fenlon came into the defence. Also, I think King James was suspended for this one. So Turner came into midfield and played very, very well. Got an assist. In terms of the goals, it was Scott got his first goal, or Stott. Thomas Hughes with another one, which was good because Brown-Sterling and Bougarin had a little bit of an off day. And it was then after they had equalised, it was then Waddington again coming in because we were rotating things a little bit here and got an absolutely cracking winner. So into the next round of the FA Trophy. And as I say, although looking at the stats there, it seemed like a much more even game, I was actually pleased with the performance. Then away to Nuneaton Borough. They were 5th in the league, or it might have been even 4th at this point. It was another top of the table clash, and it was another game where we absolutely blew the opposition away. And again, you can see here, Williams got 2 goals. his first goals of the season, or actually it was his second and third goals of the season. Thomas Hughes then got a brace, and Jack Brown, coming back from injury, came off the bench because Thomas Hughes has been so good in the number 10 role. I didn't think I would ever be saying this, but because Thomas Hughes has been so outstanding in the number 10 role, I brought Jack Brown on in midfield for Waddington, I think, and we played him as a central midfielder on attack, and he ended up getting a goal from range set up by Thomas Hughes. He ended up getting a really good long shot goal, and so it was really nice to get him back and straight away back in the goals. From there we went to Kidsgrove in the FA Trophy first round, the first round proper. You can see we've played in our last 4 games, we have played 2 FA Trophy games and a Southern League Cup game. So we've just been really hammering out the cup ties. That's why we've got a game in hand in the league. I think we might end up a little bit behind in the league after this run, playing catch up. So maybe that's not ideal, but we have had a lot of cup games to play. But we then went to Kidsgrove, and they are from a low division. I was expecting to really destroy them. And you can see in the first half, hardly anything happened. There was hardly any XG for us. I mean, there was hardly any XG for them the entire game. They only had 2 shots on target. It was very late in the day in the second half that we got our goals, but we did perform much better in the second half. They basically played very narrow, everybody back, really played defensive, parked the bus. So it was nice to get the result, but it was certainly a game that we should have won because we were clearly the better side. D'Amalio Brown-Sterling, who had had a few games where he'd been misfiring a little bit, was nice to see him get both of the goals. And here the Shack attack, Shaka Coolthirst, came off the bench to set him up for the second goal. And that was nice because Bougarine had another game where he was a little bit anonymous. So nice to know that we had another option in attack. Jack Brown, playing as the central midfielders on attack that you can see there, did really, really well. And that was good because Thomas Hughes was a bit quiet as well, with them just surrounding him. We then went to Hazen Yedding in the Southern League Cup. And you can see they're having an awful season, 21st in the Southern League Premier South Division. So it was a game that we were expected to win, but I mean, I was just blown away by the performance, even taking into consideration the weakness of the opposition. I played a full strength team, knowing that we had a week's rest after this game. And you can see here, we're going to have a look at the goals. But D'Amalio Brown-Sterling, Hughes and Jack Brown were just absolutely sensational. And the Shack attack came in back into the starting lineup. It was really nice to see him get a goal, and Eric Bougarine as well, getting a goal from off the bench. So we'll just let these goals load up so you can see this performance, because I think it was without question the best performance of the season. So here we are, just in complete control of this game. An awful mistake from their goalkeeper to set Brown-Sterling off. And from there, we just didn't look back. Jack Brown and Hughes combining here to get D'Amalio Brown-Sterling in again. Second of the game for him. Then Jack Brown finds Coolthirst, who finds Hughes, just finding that little pocket of space in the box. Hughes then with the corner, and Brown-Sterling completed his hat-trick before Hughes then gets Brown-Sterling in again, who sets up Shack attack. A rare goal for him. Hopefully he can continue in that vein of form. And it's then Jack Brown with an immense goal from range, playing as that central midfielder on attack. He really does get into great positions. And it was Jack Brown then setting up Bougarine, who hits the post and puts in the rebound. A wonderful, wonderful performance. And I want to take a little moment here to talk about Thomas Hughes. He has been sensational. Tom Hughes is on fire. those decisions, that composure, that vision, it makes up for all his other mental limitations. And of course, that incredible technical ability. Number 10 just seems to suit him down to the ground. He doesn't have a lot of pace, but playing in the number 10 position, he doesn't really need it. He just finds those spaces where he can make a pass or shoot from range, or he can come into the box a little later on in the play. And he's just been absolutely gobbling up this opportunity to play as the number 10. I cannot drop him there now. Jack Brown has now got to find a new role in the team, because Thomas Hughes is just the real star of the show since he came in. 11 goals in 11 starts, one more appearance as sub, 5 in 5 in the league. He's just absolutely terrific, far above the standard of this league. So that's where we are up to. Right now we're taking on Kidderminster. I really would, I mean, we are the underdogs, but I really would like to take the opportunity to go further in the FA Trophy, because we really do need the money. We really do. The finances, with us not having played a home game in a while, we're £97,000 in debt again. We are 400 odd pounds over the wage budget each week, which actually, when you remember that I took a wage cut of more than £500 a week to help the team, I maybe shouldn't feel so guilty about that. Also, cutting all the staff from the squad really trimmed things down. So maybe the money we're spending over the wage budget is just the money I could have claimed for my own wage. So maybe I can justify it that way, but maybe the board are not going to see it that way at the end of the season, perhaps. So the only other news to tell of is that we have a new addition to the squad. We have got on loan from Bolton, Ben Greenwood. He is a left back. He's just basically technically very solid. He's not exceptional in anything, as you can see. But 8 crossing is not too bad. What he is fantastically quick. 14 pace, 14 acceleration. He's very determined, great determination, great concentration, and really good work rate, teamwork, and anticipation. So he's a player about at our level. He's probably not a player that you would have in a higher division than ours, but if we compare him to Sam Warburton is slightly the better player, I think, but there's not that much difference between them. Technically, they are rated the same, and he actually has, in terms of just nuts and bolts defending, he is probably a little bit better than Sam Warburton. He has better crossing ability. He is a little bit worse than Sam mentally, but then he is the better athlete with that incredible pace and natural fitness. So I wanted another left back option because we only have Sam Warburton, who is a natural left back, naturally left footed. Now, Jim Fenlon and Lewis Turner can both play left back and are good options there, but I just wanted a left footed left back, and Greenwood is not costing us any money. There's no loan fee, no wage contribution, so it's very, very low risk. Let's get into this game anyway, because we've been going on again. Callum Ferry will stay in goal. Jay Williams, Matt Richardson, Jamie Stott and Sam Warburton make up the defence. Hazeman, James, the King himself, and Jack Brown in his new attacking central midfield role are the midfield three, with Thomas Hughes dominating in that number 10 role in behind Demalio Brown-Sterling and the Shack Attack himself. Hopefully those three, with Jack Brown coming in behind them, can cause lots and lots of problems for Kidderminster today. I certainly hope so. On the bench, we've got Jim Fenlon, Alex Collard, Lewis Turner, Jamie O'Hara, who at the moment has lost his place to Jack Brown, Mark Waddington, then Ravi Shamsi and Eric Bougarine. We're going to get straight into it here. We are going to have lots of games to catch up in the league after this. Let's just follow our assistant's instructions as to who to press and who to mark. And the only other thing I might do, so let's submit that team, and then when we get into the tactics on the next screen, I'm just going to make a couple of sort of defensive-minded adjustments, just taking into consideration the level of the rival we are facing today. Like I say, again, I would really love to go on in the competition. All right, let's go with our assistant. Let's get everybody motivated. Yeah, so I would like to go further in the competition, but I understand that it's going to be difficult. We have achieved board expectation in this competition, so we're under no pressure there. Again, it's another free hit in sporting terms, but in monetary terms, it would be so important for us to go further in this competition because the Southern League Cup is not going to bring any money in. So going further in this competition would be very, very good. Okay, so tactically here, I'm just going to go to a balanced mentality, and I'm just going to drop our line of engagement and get stuck in. All of that just with the idea of making things a little bit more difficult for them. And I'm also going to see how the game goes. If we're not really making chances, I'm going to take off playing to space, because the better defenders seem to be a little bit better at reading those balls in behind. So we'll see how things go before we change that. But yeah, so economically there is pressure to do well here. You can see they are playing with a number 10 as well. Let's see what happens there. If we're not handling their number 10, I might have to drop King James back as they go straight ahead in the 10th minute. And again, reminiscent of last season, we conceded so many free kicks. And that is a perfect free kick from Juricic. I think I've done his name justice there. And again, they are dominating right now. So what do we change here? And it's a penalty, isn't it? Oh my God. Less than 20 minutes in, and things are not looking good at all. Oh dear. All right, let's get on back onto a positive mentality. And what I'm also seeing here is I think against better teams, this formation is not really going to work. Let's just pause things and make some changes here. With our formation just giving away the fullback position on the wings, we do just kind of invite pressure. I'm going to drop King James back, just make him the holding midfield there. And so we've already gone more positive. I'm just going to take off playing to space as well. Play for set pieces. And do you know what? I'm not going to shoot on sight just yet, but I am going to hit early crosses, see if we can just get the ball into our forward players early on. And I'm going to stop playing out defence because they have got those attacking wingers that are perhaps putting us under too much pressure there. Just the difference in level between the two teams. We're maybe just not going to be capable of playing out from the back like we can in our league. So let's make those changes and let's see if we can maybe make a game of this. It's still early enough. It's still early enough that maybe we can get ourselves back into this, but it's going to have to be quick as they get another corner. And Jurovic, I think I'm definitely saying his name right now, gets it back in. And we are being dominated again. I mean, this just shows the difference in level. We're dominating our league, but against one of the top teams from the Vanarama North, I do think we're seeing our limitations. I think we've maybe got 4, perhaps 5 players as Hughes goes close there. We've got 4, perhaps 5 players that I think are capable of doing it in the level above. So, I mean, the majority of our team, I think, we would need to change should we go up for next season. I think at the bottom end of the table and maybe mid-table, we could be very competitive, and we still can't get one back. And was that offside, really? Oh, what a shame. I mean, we've got a couple of chances at the end of the half there. I mean, getting one back there would have been... Right, what stance shall we take here? Getting one back right at the end of the half there would have got us right back into it, would have given us a real shout for this second half. Let's encourage the team. And so I think we've got a bottom half or mid-table team for next season in the Vanarama North or South, should we get there. But I think there's a lot of players that are not really of that level. A good spell of possession to start this half. Can we get a goal back early and really make a game of this? Jack Brown getting forward again, in and around Hughes there, who finds Brown Sterling, and we are back in it. Another assist for Thomas Hughes, but it was Jack Brown again getting himself involved further up the pitch. And this is game on now. Come on, boys. Lovely through ball. And Brown Sterling, the truth is, with his limited technicals, is one of the players that I'm not sure if he would be able to do it if we are to step up next season. But that is a brilliantly timed run against a good team. Let's give a demand more and see if the players react to that. They didn't. They're not too pleased with me on that one. Can we get another chance here? Let's go attacking. And I think it might be time to look at what options we've got here. Let's make some changes. You can see now we are right in this game. We are really now pushing for that second goal. Jack Brown has not played particularly well. Sam Warburton has not played well. Let's bring on Jim Fenlon at left back. Jay Williams at right back, also having a poor game. And I think I'm just going to bring off Shaq Coulthurst, and we're going to bring on Bougarine as a poacher. I don't want to play two advanced forwards. I think we're going to play him as a poacher. See if he can just pick something up in the box. And I've got an idea of just one more change that we might be able to make if we still need something later on. Let's give them another shout as they get a corner, please. Come on, boys, we can do this. Come on, I believe in you. They come forward again. And Ferry is there. Can he now get us away on a good counter-attack? And maybe we should be directing them to release the ball earlier as Jack Brown picks it up again. Can't find Hughes. Richardson will get another attack started, hopefully, as Williams has to go back. We move it from right to left. Fenlon now inside to Brown. Bougarine. Can Hughes find another ball for Brown Sterling? He can. And it's 2-2. No, he's offside. I don't believe it. Oh, we need to see that one again. We get a corner. We are really going for it here. This has been a really impressive second half. We've dominated it. Maybe we are showing that we can compete in their league next season, hopefully. Brown Sterling can't get it through. And now they are off on the counter-attack. Williams picks it up again. Please let this highlight carry on. James really controlling things well there. And it's another great ball in for Bougarine. And he's blasted it over, I'm sure. Is it 11 composure he has? What a great chance that was. I'm going to bring off Kingsley James, and I'm going to drop Kalon Hazeman back there because he is our best midfielder. And Kingsley James is going to come off, I think, for Jamie O'Hara, and we're going to make him a deep line playmaker on support. We are looking for him to get that through ball in. Do I want to go a little bit more direct? I'm going to go direct here, see if, although we are dominating, I'm going to try and just get that ball in there a little bit earlier. And let's see now if we can just get ourselves just one more chance. We've had Brown Sterling offside, all out attack. very attacking, and instructions wise, we are now going to shoot on sight, be more expressive. We are going to look to distribute quickly and counter. Go straight into the forwards maybe. No, I think we're doing well with the playmaker, but we are going to now push right up and just really spend these last few minutes just trying to get one more highlight. Here we go. Come on, boys. Fenlon into Bougarine. Jack Brown is there still prodding away, but they've got the break on, and this was the danger by going so attacking. They put it wide. Please, another highlight. Come on. Oh dear, we just couldn't find that second goal, and maybe I've seen just how we can compete next season, and I'm actually in the end disappointed with just how good we were in the second half. I'm actually disappointed. Trust the process. Trust the process, boys. I think we've shown that we are able to compete there, but maybe I've been a little bit naive trying to play out from the back against their attacking four. I mean, it's what we've played all season in the league, but just facing stronger opposition, that might have been a naive move. Maybe I should have stopped playing out the back from the very start. So now, the downside from this, let's see how much money we got from that. The downside of this, we've got £1,000 there. And what does that do with the finance? Do we get anything from... So it looks like we did get a decent amount as well from the gate receipts there. So it's helped out a little bit. But financially now, we really have no major incomings for the rest of the season. In terms of prize money, the competitions that we're left in, the League and the Southern League Cup, they really don't represent any major income. So we have to now really see how the finances go. I mean, last season the board helped us out with 50,000. We could do with another cash injection of a similar type now, because otherwise it means perhaps having to sell one or two of our stars, which I really don't want to do in the position that we're in. In terms of when we come back now, I might come back for Bromsgrove Sporting away. They are the league champions, although they're not having a great season. They've kind of picked themselves up a little bit into mid-table. Yeah, they're 11th now, so they're actually on a bit of a good run. I might come back for Bromsgrove Sporting away, so we can kind of judge where we are compared to last season's league champions. Failing that, maybe Peterborough Sports at home as a local derby, but they're in the relegation zone, so it might not be the most enjoyable of games. So I think Bromsgrove Sporting away. We've now got the chance. We've only got the Southern League Cup to worry about, so we've now got the chance to really plough in to these league games and really advance and really just try and guarantee the best possible spot for the playoffs. So that's where we'll leave it now. We've got Barwell away in 3 days. I think I'm going to have to rest a number of these players. They're not going to recover in time. So yeah, we'll leave it there. It's been a little bit of a long one again, but thanks for watching. As always, drop a like on the video and give us a share, and we will see you again very, very soon for another episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds. Bye for now.